Hello friends. So today I thought I would start a contemporary reading vlog. I'm interested in reading a bunch of contemporary books, and I thought for just this 1 week I would read whatever contemporaries I want to. I have picked up some from the library. I picked up The Sun Is Also a Star, Grown, and Anna Kay, A Love Story. Also, When Dimple Met Rishi. So the thing with this vlog is I have not been feeling contemporaries recently, but I'm still drawn to these books, specifically Grown, because I saw it on many different TBRs and wrap-ups recently. So I thought I would read it because it seems to be a really good book, so I'm excited for it. Also, I know it's not like a light and fluffy contemporary. It is one of those more hard-hitting ones, which is fine, whatever. I have these three kind of light contemporaries to keep me company after I read this book, and I'm totally crushed. Okay, so I'm very excited. Today is also the start of my first week back of second semester. So I had my first class today in the morning, and I didn't even get to go to it because my teacher doesn't know how to deal with technology, so he wasn't able to give us any Zoom codes or anything. He was like confused the whole time and kept sending us emails, and it was a whole time. It was like 50 minutes of just me sitting in front of my computer waiting for the Zoom call ID, and I never got it. But I do have my second class next. It is my public speaking in diverse communities class, and I'm excited because it is my first class of the day. I'm excited to do that and then also start this reading vlog. The only thing is I started this and I read 10 pages of it last night. It was When Dimple Met Rishi, and I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I read 10 pages and I was like, this is not my vibe. It felt older contemporary, and I don't know, I just didn't relate to it in any way. And I know the main character's Indian, but like the beginning it didn't hit me. So I'm not gonna be reading this. I'm not gonna be reading When Dimple Met Rishi. Maybe another time, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just my mood in the moment. But as of right now, I am looking at 3 books. I honestly might either start off with Grown or The Sun Is Also a Star, mainly because the librarian actually told me this was a very good book, and I've heard a bunch about it in BookTube anyways, and Grown because I already explained. So we'll see what type of book I'm feeling, but I'm very excited for this reading vlog. Hopefully I can finish these books in a week. Let's just begin this journey. I'm gonna start reading. So I'm gonna be beginning with The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I read Everything by Nicola Yoon, and that is one of my favorite books of all time. Also, Frankly in Love by David Yoon is also one of my all-time favorite books, and that is a book by Nicola Yoon's husband. So I'm starting with this because I'm just assuming I'm going to love it, hopefully. And yeah, I had a really good burrito 5 minutes ago, and that made me really happy. And I finished all my classes for today and some homework. So we're having a productive day. So let me just get started reading, and then hopefully I can finish this book in like 2 days and then read the next one. I've only read 6 pages, but I just wanted to cut in and say that I'm really glad I've already watched the movie, because this story is like very fast-paced, and I'm like glad for that because I love fast-paced books. It's really easy to imagine what's happening in the book because I've already watched the movies, and I feel like I have like a really good visual of the characters and where they are and how their life is, which is great. And I know some people are like, no, don't watch the movie, read the book first. But for me, depending on how good the movie is, which I think this one was pretty good, it's useful to read the book second, because then I can visualize the characters easier, which I enjoy more, if that makes sense. Okay, I have another thing to say. This is gonna be a freaking long video if I have to say something every 2 pages. Okay, I'm on page 10. The fact that Nicole Yoon took the time to explain I think a minor character in this story, Irene, who's literally just the security person who like checks all the items that go into a certain building. I just think like her character building is beautiful. I'm 10 pages in. I need to chill. But I think that's a really interesting tiny tidbit. And I love that because sometimes I'm like, I want to know more about these seemingly unnecessary characters because I feel like everybody's life is important and I want to know about everybody's life. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I just really love that she included just a random security guard. Why am I already fangirling? 63 pages into The Sun Is Also a Star. Daniel is definitely a golden retriever boy. He is protective and he wants the best for his girl, who isn't his girl yet. It's a little bit, what do you call it? Oh, love at first sight. But I think it's like a cute enough story with a good enough meaning that I can look past that. Hello friends. So I took a quick trip to the library and I came in with the assumption that I would pick up 2 books that I had on hold and then leave the library. Because I'm reading too much right now. And I'm not, like, at the moment I'm not reading multiple books, but I have too many books in my possession to read right now. So I thought I would just pick up the books, go home, and read the 2 that I got. But instead, me being me, picked up a total of 5 more books than I came in expecting. And these are all graphic novels, so I guess it's fine. But also it's not fine because just because graphic novels are small doesn't mean it, like, I can just read them in 2 seconds. It still takes time to read them, and I already don't have time as it is. It's fine. Okay, let me just show you the books. So I got Chasing Echoes by Dan Goldman and George Scull. Excited for this one, a graphic novel about generations of survivors surviving each other. Invisible Differences by, I have no idea. I still have no idea. By Julie Dashez, Mademoiselle Caroline, Fabian Vaslet. A story of Asperger's, adulting, and living a life in full color. Next up, I got Foulon and Davy, Rebel Queen by Claire Fauvel. I'm hoping this is good. I don't know. Ooh, this is really pretty. Okay, I got A Map to the Sun by Sloane Leong. This looks like a beautiful book. Like, if you can see the book pages, they're all different colors, and I think that is beautiful. I also got Are You Listening by Tilly Walden. I've heard a lot about this book. I've just heard about it. I haven't heard like good or bad things. I've just like heard people being like, oh, I'm gonna read this, and then I never hear the rest of that. And then these are the 2 books that I actually came to pick up. Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas and In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This, I've heard, is an amazing, amazing memoir, but told in a very different way. So I'm excited for this specifically. I actually wanted a physical copy of this book, but I never know if I like memoirs or not until I actually read them, so I didn't want to risk it. Also, I brought my tea along. I don't know why, like, I obviously went in subconsciously being like, oh, I'll buy more. I'll borrow more books. Because that's clearly what happened. Also, I brought The Sun Is Also a Star to read a little bit in the car while I'm here because I enjoy doing that. I'm gonna go read. Update on The Sun Is Also a Star. I'm enjoying it. I love Nicola Yoon's writing. There's something about Nicola Yoon and David Yoon that, like, I don't know why, but their writing is just so good, and this is so fast-paced, and it's not like the writing is, like, complex. It's just good in a way where you fall in love with it no matter how simple the writing actually is, which it is pretty simple. I'm halfway through page 167. I read a lot last night. I was up until like that's a lie. I was up until 12 reading, and it was a fun time. I like how this book is formatted. I enjoy how we don't only hear about Natasha and Daniel, we also hear about all these other people, and I feel like I've said this multiple times in this vlog, but I love that. I just love the special attention paid to everyone in this book. It's not just about Natasha and Daniel. It's a story about everyone and about how everyone goes through things in life and how you don't know anybody's story until you sit and listen, and people pass you by so quickly, and you could have assumed something about someone, but you never actually know what's actually going on in their lives. And I love it. Okay. I'm gonna get to reading. I have finished The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. It was such a good time. The ending almost made me cry, but I had class. Like, I finished it 2 minutes before I had to join a Zoom call, so wasn't able to cry, but that's okay because I don't mind that. But the ending was just so good, and the beginning was so good, and the middle was so good, and everything about it was so good. Also, I have a special place in my heart for Irene, who is a character in this book. I'm not gonna say anything else, I don't think. It's not really a spoiler, but like, I'll just keep it to myself. So, this is a really good book. I can see how it's cheesy for some people, and I completely understand because there are a lot of cheesy statements, phrases, and sentences throughout the book. However, I don't believe that the cheesiness takes away from how good the story is. I think that the whole point of this book is to look past all the cheesiness, because it's all about living in the moment and believing what you want to believe. And if what you believe is whatever occurs in this book, and you believe in love, and you believe in science, and you believe in cliche stuff, then that's okay, because it's okay to believe what you want to believe, is what I'm trying to say. So, loved it. Next up on my list is, I was gonna read Grown or Anna K. However, I think I'm gonna read Red, White, and Royal Blue because I'm feeling another comfort book, and I already know Red, White, and Royal Blue is a comfort book of mine because I've read it before. So I think that would be the best option. Also, even though I never read Sun Is Also a Star, I've read Everything by Nicola Yoon, and she has become one of my favorite authors of all time now. And I always feel like I'm just diving back into a story I've already read, even though I haven't read it, and not in a bad way. I mean that in like, I feel all the comfort and the nostalgia and the happiness from the book from the beginning, even though I don't even know what the ending is. So that's really great. I heard she's coming out with another book, I think this year, and I'm really excited for that. That's that. I'm gonna go on to read Red, White, and Royal Blue right now. Very excited for that adventure. And then hopefully after that, I can either read Grown or Anna K. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, it's been a second since I updated. However, I have been reading, so I am currently 110 pages into Red, White, and Royal Blue. Obviously loving it. The two characters just had a moment. That's all I'm gonna say, and it was a good moment. I've read Are You Listening by Tilly Walden. I've also read Spinning by Tilly Walden, which I had no idea that she was the same author. This was a really good book. This one I really enjoyed because the idea is so complex but so simple. I feel like we learned so much but also not enough about the things that happen in this book and about the world in this book. So I half understood it, I half didn't. I still enjoyed it. I just think this needs a couple reads before I fully understand the whole meaning. Also, I read it last night and I was a little tired last night because it was like 12 o'clock. So I'm not exactly sure how good this book was, but I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed, first off, the art in it. Let me just show you a really pretty page. Wait, I need to get the most perfect, most pretty page. Okay, hold on. Ooh, okay. Like this is beautiful. Also, here's one more. This is beautiful. There's one image with a cat in it. Okay, this isn't the cat, but this is beautiful. So the art in itself was amazing, and I think I really love Tilly Walden, so I'm definitely going to be reading her other book. It's called On the Sunbeam, I believe, On a Sunbeam, and I'm excited for that. Unsure of how I felt about this book, but I enjoyed. Like, it was a good time reading. That's my update. I will get back to you once I finish Red, White, and Royal Blue, and then we'll continue on this journey. I am going to be continuing this into the next week because it's currently Friday, and I've only read one book, well, two books, because I just read the graphic novel. So we're going to continue. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to get back to reading. That is the end of me reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. I have finished this book, and I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I tried to make a time lapse of me reading the entire second half of the book because I thought it would be interesting. I saw a lot of people doing that on TikTok where they film their entire time of reading a book, but I didn't want to do that, so I did the last half. Really fun, really fresh. I need to move this closer. Okay, I love this book. I always love this book every single time I read it. However, I do have a problem with how long it is. It is a bit long in like the middle part. It was kind of hard to get through. I feel like this book would still hit the same if it was even 100 pages less, honestly. I still love it. It's awesome. I love the story and I love the idea of it because I think I just want to live in this world of having a woman as a president. That would be nice. We do have a vice president, but it would also be nice to have a woman as a president. And one of the part of the book that pushes me to read it even more, I don't know what I'm saying. Also, regardless of how long it is, it's still awesome, and I still find myself laughing and like feeling so like wholesome and my heart warming from some of these moments in the book. And the ending when they're going through the election, I go crazy because it makes me anxious. Every single time I've read this is my 3rd time reading this book now, and every single time I read it, the election part still makes me anxious, even though I already know that the Claremonts win, but it still makes me anxious, and I don't know why. It was just like the way it's written is so fast-paced and fun, and everything about it is just so good. I want to see this book into a movie. I think that would be amazing. I think visually see a lot of this in a movie because there's a lot of montage scenes. I think that would be great for a movie. I'm honestly going to start reading Grown now. I kind of want to read a fantasy, but this is a contemporary reading vlog. So I'm going to read Grown, and then that'll be my last book for this reading vlog. Also, I started A Map to the Sun by Sloane Leong, and it's really good. It's basically about, from what I've gathered from the beginning, I'm only like almost halfway through, and it's basically about a couple girls who are going to be joining this basketball team and their journey through that. It focuses on this one girl and then this other girl, and I think there's some romance there. I'm not sure. That's just what it looks like to me. There might not be. I don't know. But the art in this book is insane. It's beautiful. Like, let me just turn to any page. I'll turn to this page. The art in this book is amazing. And every single page, or every single couple pages, is a different color. So like this one's black. I don't want to look. Okay, I'll show you from the beginning because I feel like I'm spoiling myself. This one is blue with pink borders, and this one is green with pink, and everything about it is just so beautiful, and I love it, and I'm very excited. So I think I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna go to Grown. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So here's the deal. It's currently the next week, Friday. I haven't been reading for an entire week. I just wasn't able to read. Like, I had a bunch of work. I was stressed with school, and I just thought I wouldn't pick up a book, or I just wasn't able to. I don't know how it was. I don't know how it went. I just wasn't feeling in the reading mood, especially for a book like Grown by Tiffany J. Jackson, because of all the trigger warnings in this book. I can read them out to you right now. Some of the content warnings are mentions of sexual abuse, rape, assault, child abuse, kidnapping, and addiction to opioids. So this is not a light and fluffy read. This is one of those contemporaries that have very serious topics in them. And this is the type of book I usually love reading versus the light and fluffy romance ones, because I feel like those kind of fall flat sometimes. Not the ones I read right now. So we're just going to be reading this book now and getting into it. I also don't think I was in the right mindset to be reading this book when I was making this vlog, so we're just continuing it into the next week. This has turned into a 2-week vlog. That's okay. Thank you for sticking with me. So let's just begin reading. I'm really disgusted by what I just read. Okay, so Corey, this 28-year-old guy, is trying to trying to suggest to Enchanted to read 50 Shades of Grey. And not only that, that's not the point. The point is the stuff he says after that. He says, it'll give us something to talk about next time I see you. Take notes. Think you'll have it done by this weekend. Like saying that is so gross. I think you'll have it done by next weekend. Red flags. So many red flags. I'm really just grossed out. Not only is that disgusting, but also the fact that she is 17 and he is 28. And any of these conversations that they're having should not be at a flirtatious or weird level as mentioning 50 Shades of Grey. It should be regular professional conversations, if they even need to have a conversation at all. I'm not enjoying how Jessica is also helping out Corey. At first I was like, oh, okay, so I'm on the part where Corey and Jessica are at Enchanted's house to explain to them that Corey wants to take Enchanted on a acoustic tour. So, I thought Jessica was on the side of Enchanted. I thought she had seen this before and she was not gonna help, but she was gonna like tell Enchanted that this isn't a good idea. But now Jessica's trying to convince Enchanted's parents to let Enchanted go on the world tour. I'm not sure. It's called acoustic tour. Convince her parents to let Enchanted go on the acoustic tour with Corey. And one of the lines she says just like rubs me the wrong way, because the label is really invested in grooming her, and then we can work on setting her up with her own record deal. So child stars have really hard times with adults trying to groom them into what they want to be and how they want them to act. And this is that situation, and her use of the word grooming rubs me the wrong way, because it's like she's in on this too. And she also talks about how Corey has had other proteges with him, so this has clearly happened before. So I find this interesting, also really scary, because I'm freaking scared for the rest of this book. I'm 120 pages in and I have this much left. I already love Enchanted so much, and I love who she is as a person and how she's just trying to make it in the world. But like, she's being manipulated by Corey, and it like hurts to watch. The story is getting insane. I'm on page 277 and I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. Like, I don't really understand okay, I understand everything that's happening, but there's things that are happening that I'm very confused about in between the stuff that I understand that's happening. And it's a lot. It's like a lot of just really sad things. And this book is like extremely fast paced. So everything's moving very quickly and I'm scared for the ending. Okay, I have finished Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I really liked it. The writing for me was a little bit off. I just felt like something about it made me feel a little detached from the characters in the book, but the topic itself and the idea was what really drew me in and what made me really like this book. Also, like, this is a story, yes, this is obviously a story, but the fact that this happens 100 times more in real life is what makes this story so important and so like heart-wrenching when you read it. And it sucks because you're just reading this book to understand someone else's experience of what happens in the music industry, in a situation where an older man takes control of you and manipulates you and literally keeps you prisoner. And to only imagine like what happens to the actual people just like hurts even more. And it's a horrible thing to even think about or do. All in all, I really like this book. I like all the conversation that it brings to light, and regardless of me not vibing with the writing, I think that's fine as long as I enjoyed how the story was paced. And it was a very fast-paced book in itself. I was able to finish it all in a day, which I never do. I usually take at least 3 days or something to finish a book. And I was able to finish this all in a day, and not even a day, in like an afternoon, which is really great. So yeah, that is the end of this reading vlog. Just to recap, I read The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and Grown by Tiffany G. Jackson. all of them were successful reads to me. I enjoyed every single one, and I'm hoping to continue this trend of reading books I love, over books that I'm feeling so about and I'm just reading for the hype, because that's the most important to me, to read books that I will learn from and also love. And I'm sorry, my brother's yelling in the background and that's all that noise. But yeah, as I was saying, I love reading books that I love. I hate reading books that I hate, obviously, and quality over quantity is what is happening this year, and I think I'm starting off pretty successful. So that is the end of this reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will be making more videos and I don't get too busy with school, but we will see. Okay, I have a lot of ideas for different reading vlogs that I'm gonna have coming up, and I'm very excited for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.